Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Vikas Jadhav. I'm very much happy to interact with you people via this audio visual. So first of all, I welcome all you on 1 week national workshop on environmental and ecological perspectives in current scenarios. That is COVID-19, organized by Balwant College Vita, which is my mother institution where I learned and completed my graduation. Before to start my presentation, I would like to have express my thanks to Principal Dr. C.J. Khilare sir, who are very supportive and encouraging me uh, time to time. I am very much thankful to Khilare sir. I am also thankful to organizing committee, especially I am thankful to Sartape sir, Dr. Ashish Sartape sir, for inviting me for such type of a scenario, such type of a presence presentation in a current scenario. So I would like to have a thank to all organizing committee and I welcome all and we will discuss on the issue that is on the topic that is environmental and ecological perspectives in current scenario. So my first slide was dedicated to welcome to all the participants joined to this national workshop organized by Brown College Vita on the topic that is environmental and ecological perspectives in current scenario. So I thank organizing committee and for choosing me as a resource person. I welcome all participants. So my presentation will be distributed and divided in the following manner. That is impact of COVID-19, that is considering that current scenario on environment in the following manner, that is local environment, regional environment, global environment, as well as we would like to have some focus on what are the positive impacts over the environmental changes and what are the negative impacts over the environmental changes. If we are supposing there are only positive impacts over the environment, then it is not true. There are some negative impacts also imposed on environment due to the COVID-19. So we will discuss step by step. So first slide, I choose two pictures basically. So these two pictures shows that what is the current scenario, what is the current situation of planet Earth right now. So it is, this picture shows that Corona is having a gun, our Earth is afraid and all these things. Picture is self-explanatory and it clears what is the situation we are facing now. But number two, the picture shows that we must have to survive with Corona. The picture itself declares that the world is now looking like a Corona. Some scientists are declared that we should have to survive, we should have to uh, accept the condition and survive with the Corona. So if we think what Corona is for environment, so Corona have different impacts on different sectors. Supposed to working, it has several impacts on medical sector, several impacts on industrial sector. Likewise, it has several impacts on environmental sector also. But for environment, first I would like to clear one thing. Environment means not we peoples, not only human being. Environment encompasses all the living and non-living, biotic and abiotic things, right? So if terminology comes environment, then there are two, we are only thinking about human being, but that is not a true. We must have to think about biotic and abiotic factors also. So what are the impacts of COVID-19 on environment? So these impacts are divided into two types. So impacts on human being and impacts on other creatures or other living things rather than human being. So I have chosen this specific slide to show the impact of COVID-19 on environment. So it affected by two ways. That is, it push a pause button for human being. So it gives a signal you should have to stop right now. So it is a pause button for human being. As we are locked down, it is all things are paused. But as compared to pause button, it also push a refresh button for environment, flora, fauna, and other creatures rather than human being. So we should have to look by two manners, two dimension. That is it. Pause, which shows the red button for human life, and it shows a green button to refresh in a computer language. We can say COVID press F5 for environment, flora, fauna, and creatures rather than human being. So we will move towards next slide. So how that topic is discussed, how that topic is come into news, after 11 days of lockdown, one photo is published by media, that is in a print media, paper media, that it describes that the Jalindhar residents have a rear view of snow-capped mountain. The photo, I think you should observe the photo clearly in a PPT. So this photo was taken after 11 days of lockdown from the Jalindhar. The residents observed the rare view of snow-capped mountains, which is far away, that is approximately 200 kilometers from the Jalindhar, but the mountain is captured very clearly. It shows the snow-capped, and people are discussing what are the impacts are. People are starting to discuss the what are the impacts of COVID-19 on a environment. So the issue is firstly discussed after the photo came from the Jalindhar city. After that, every year we are celebrating Earth Day and preparing one report on Earth Day. So one picture clears that what should be the front page of Earth Day report of 2020. That is in situation of COVID-19. So Earth will be clearly mentioned that we have got less industrial pollution, we have less noise pollution, we have less litter or stresses. Uh, all it took was a global pandemic shutdown. This is only because of global pandemic shutdown. And after all, it is concluding that air pollution is reduced. But funny thing is that air pollution is not only a pollution caused by human being. We are generating different type of pollution, which includes water pollution is there, noise pollution is there. We have adverse effect on wildlife. We have adverse effect on uh, vegetation and all these things, biotic, antibiotic factors. We have adverse effect on biodiversity. These factors should be considered in this situation. What I feel personally. So what are the current scenario and how it topic is come into discussion? COVID-19 pandemic, a rare positive has been significant global decrease in air pollution level. It is true. So who can observe that global decrease in air pollution level scientifically? So satellite image from European Space Agency measures NO2 level, nitrogen dioxide level by remote sensingly. With the using the tool of remote sensing, they have measured nitrogen dioxide level globally. First, they measure the nitrogen dioxide level in China, and after that, they are measured that NO2 level via remote sensing technology in Europe and North America, and they come to the conclusion that the NO2 level is decreased as compared to previous NO2 levels. So that remote sensing data is collected in between February to March, and trend is clearly showing that there is a decrease in nitrogen dioxide level, which is a harmful gas generating by the air pollution. As compared to China, Europe and America, the Delhi metropolitan area also shows the drop in dramatical drop in air pollution, that is NO2 level. So scientifically, scientists are measured air pollution in the sense of NO2 only. They have not considered the other parameters, that is particulate matters are there, PM10 is there, PM2.5 is there, SO2 is there, CO2 is there. They are only analyzing via globally they are only analyzing via remote sensing method and observing the NO2 level over the different cities. But in India, CPCB is a apex body who is monitoring all the things related to pollution control, that is Central Pollution Control Board. Central Pollution Control Board publish news in Times of India, which clearly mention that lockdown is no magic wind. This is not magic things are happening there. The lockdown is no magic wand to control the air pollution. This pollution control is reduction. That is not a pollution control. That is a reduction in a pollution is for temporary basis. This is not a sustainable or this is not a long-term way. And they have published one graphical data which clearly shows the pollution level over Delhi and Hyderabad. So we can discuss only the pollution level in respect to air pollution only in the Delhi city. We cannot have a Hyderabad city due to the time time concern. So we can have a graph on a 21 March. This is air quality index. Air quality index of Delhi city is 186, and on a 2nd February it was 76. But meanwhile, it was decreased up to 45. Air quality index was decreased up to 45, and then again it will be increased because lockdown is released shortly released in this period. So it was a temporary short-term period. Pollution is decreased, pollution level is managed, but it was a for short-term period. It was air quality index was 186, decreased up to 45. Then again it will start to show its original trend. This data is published by CPCB over the two cities, that is Hyderabad and Delhi. So what that Central Pollution Control Board declares that if we are observing the decrease in air pollution, if we observe the air pollution decrease in air pollution, but what are the limits for the air pollution, where we are in a safe zone or we are in a threatened zone or we are in a moderate zone? So they have declared a air quality index. If the air quality index is in between 0 to 15, then it is good. 51 to 100, it is satisfactory. 100 to 200, it is moderate, and all these things are increasing and increasing. And if we observe the air quality index over the cities, there is no any city showing the air quality index below 15. So we are not in a good condition. We are in a satisfactory condition. We should not become that much happy that air pollution is decreased and air is very clear and all these things. This is a layman. It is true that air pollution decreased, level is decreased, but scientifically way air quality index is decreased up to certain level, but it will not decrease up to the good level. It is decreased up to satisfactory level. The data is shown by CPCB, declared by Times of India. So why there is a decrease in air pollution? So it is very simply, there was lesser traveling done by peoples. Operational activities of car, trains and flights are controlled. Even industries were closed down and not allowed to functioning. Marked decline in nitrogen oxide emission. So scientists, globally scientists are concentrating on only nitrogen dioxide. They must have to concentrate on another parameters like PM10, PM2.5, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, SOx, other things are there like ammonia and all these things. So air pollution trend is decreased. It was based on the nitrogen dioxide only. So in case of water pollution, this picture clearly shows that two pictures are captured from one place before COVID and after COVID. That clearly shows that the water is transparent. It's showing a bluish color. It is transparent. But to change only color is not a signal of control of water pollution. For that, we should have to go for water quality analysis, which include different parameters. So this photo is also shows that these pictures I have collected from the newspapers, where they declares that the pollution level is decreasing, and now the scenario is very happy. Pollution load is less. People can enjoy the water for drinking purpose. This is not true. So this picture also from newspaper, which is highlighting that the air pollution is decreased from Ganga river. Decreased, I agree, air pollution level is decreased, but up to what certain, this is not up to good condition, this is up to satisfactory condition. So CPCB concentrated on the water pollution. So water pollution, as we know, only color is not a parameter to check a water quality. There are different parameters which include uh, dissolved oxygen, which are essential part of survival of aquatic animals. BOD is there, which is play a very important role in the decomposition of material, organic material. COD is there. There are different parameters which will show the actual water quality. Not only color of the water is bluish, then it is a clear water. This is not true at all. So CPCB declares that there is a little more reduction in a pollution level of water quality, that is DO, BOD, COD, there is a little more decrease in all these parameters. The Central Pollution Control Board report the drop in pollution due to reduced release of industrial waste and reduced discharge of dumping waste from the various non-point source. So please concentrate on the statement non-point source. So point source, we know the exactly what type of waste is coming from point source, but we cannot identify what type of waste is, what category of waste is coming from non-point source. So pollution level is dropped due to decrease in pollution or dumping from non-point source. The reduction of biological oxygen demand and chemical oxygen demand concentration was relatively less due to discharge of domestic wastewater also. That is not a big change in BOD and COD, relatively less. During the first week of lockdown period, DO concentration is decreased slightly. This observation as noted by CPCB. However, the second, third, and fourth week, the DO level show marginal increment. Sorry. So they have monitored water pollution, water quality index for Ganga river. The water quality may be, as we know, measured by the three ways, that is upstream, downstream, and actual location. So upstream, actual location, and downstream. So if you observe these parameters, DO, BOD, pH, and ammonia, so at upstream it is near about 8. At downstream it is 7. This is decreased, but at a middle stream, where the location is made from upstream and downstream, it is little more increased, that is 8, 8.5, and up to decreased 7.9. Same trend is observed in the other parameters. So we should not get that much happy, that is water pollution is decreased. Water pollution, there is a little more decrease. Water quality index was a little more good. That is not a good, that is satisfactory as compared to CPCB. So this picture is also coming to highlight that this picture is from Haridwar, the Ganga river, and news is that the water quality is at up to drinking water quality. But CPCB clearly declared that this water quality is not up to match, this water quality parameters not match the actual drinking water quality parameters. This only the highlighted issues in the media. So, okay, we have just discussed about air quality and water quality. Media shows the there is a drastic change in pollution and environment is becoming clear and clear. This is little more true. That is not completely true. That, and remember one thing, that effects are short term and temporary effects that are not sustainable and long term effects. We have observed that effects on air quality and water quality. Now we can move towards wildlife. What are the adverse or positive and negative impact of COVID-19 on wildlife? If you read the daily news from the COVID scenario, in the period of COVID scenario, we can read the news like that. Dolphin spotted near. We can replace a city which is near to seashore. Dolphin replaced dolphin spotted near Alibag. Dolphin spotted near Mumbai, that Marine Drive. Dolphin spotted near that Gate of India, and all these things we read. Number two, where are the wetlands? In that area, we can read the news like number of flamingo increased in this area. So number of migrated birds are increased in wetland area. So one highlighted news was a massive nilgai, that is blue bulls, wandering outside a mall in Noida. So what we are discussing, what are the effect of COVID-19 on a wildlife? We read the news like dolphin spotted near, we can put city near to seashore, number of flamingos increase, we can put wetland area, a massive nilgai wandering outside the malls in Noida. All around the world, there has been a reported incident of animal venturing. The animals are leaving their habitats and come towards the cities, urban habitats, which was their original habitat. The citizens of the world are witnessing some rare wildlife sightings, which are not observed before the COVID-19. The rare animals were sighted after COVID scenario. We must learn the coexistence if we want to sustain our urban ecology. This is a far more important statement. So what we are, the newspapers are saying that the animals are entering in a human habitat. This is not true. We are encroached in an animal's habitat. Basically, that was the animal habitat. We are encroached, and now we are shouting against the animal that they are coming, entering in our habitat. The very famous case of wildlife animal complex is from Borivali National Park. Some wild animals are entering in urban areas, and people are shouting. They are blaming on Wildlife Authority of India. No, that is not true. We are entering on their habitat. They are not entering in our habitat. They are just trying to safeguard their self. So another issue is related to wildlife is very important. In countries like India, monkey and several other wildlife species are very much adapted to urban environment and are heavily depends on human generated food, where and they are not generating or hunting their foods. They are totally depends on food given by the human being. They are not wild. They are, in one sense, they are the domestic animals. Monkeys and all these things are come under that. These animals, if we are going towards the tourist place, we always observe people are giving some foods packets and biscuits to monkeys, but they are adapted for that culture. They are not ready for hunt their own food and all these things. So this is also scenario created by COVID-19, not created by COVID-19, created by human being, but adverse effect due to the COVID-19. And some news come from the wild zoos, that is they are not uh, able to maintain the uh, wild animals in a zoo because of the low income due to the tourist and all these things. They are not able to provide the enough food for wild which are covered under that zoo. This is also very notable scenario created by that COVID-19. So this picture clears that the monkey are wandering. They are wandering for their food because the humans are not totally locked down. They are not providing any type of food to such type of monkeys, which are totally depends on the human being. Now they are come from their habitat and wandering for foods. So this is another picture. We can see the road and zebra crossing and wild animals are uh, freely moving on the road. So this picture, I appreciate the photographer for this picture. This picture are for turtles, where we can encroach on their habitats. They are facing a very crucial problem for reproduction because we destroyed their habitat, we destroyed their reproduction places and all these things. But due to the COVID-19, habitat or free, they are free to for reproduction and all these things. And picture clearly shows that the turtles are freely moving on the seashore. So one international organization is there. Just, just I will hold for 2-3 minutes. Just please. हेलो हाँ बोला ना हाँ ओके ओके मेरा मीटिंग मध्ये करतो so sorry for disturbance. Oh, sorry. So one international organization is there, that is International Plant Protection Convention, published one report that effects of COVID-19 on vegetation. They clearly uh, declares that the rate of photosynthesis is increased. That is, activities of chlorophyll A, B, C are increased and rate of photosynthesis is increased due to direct sunlight exposure to the leaves and all these things. So there is a positive impact on vegetation. With everything at a standstill, plants are allowed to throw and grow, produce more coverage and oxygen. They are mentioned in their report. So there is one positive effect of COVID-19 on noise pollution. Now, very funny thing happened during the during the COVID is noise is replaced by sound of birds. So noise and sound are terminology are very similar, but what noise is noise, what we are unexpected, unwanted noise, sound is noise, and sound is what we expect. So we can expect a bird sound, but we can not expect the horn and all these things. We can treat it as a noise. So noise is replaced by sound of birds. There has been no honking, no whistling of vehicle engines, no echo of loudspeaker, and no crackling of machines in factories. So noise level is automatically decreased. It have been waking up to the chirping of the birds. This situation is observed and filled by so many days after the so many days. While the durational decibel level limit in a residential area in normal time is set to 55 decibels at daytime and 45 decibels at night time. But till today, the levels are not matched these levels. We are up to the 55 level and 45. We are not maintaining that 55 decibels and 45 decibels with respect to daytime and night time. After seeing that positive impacts, we must have to concentrate on what are the negative impacts of COVID-19. If you observe the picture, we can observe the hand gloves spread and thrown everywhere. Simultaneously, we can observe the teens. After the COVID-19, in the news, different advertising agencies declare that your immunity power should be strong and you should be have with immunity power. And people feel that immunity power should be increased by drinking such type of drinks, but this is not true. And this people are using mask and hand gloves and all these things, and they are throwing that material, used material anywhere, and this has become a very uh, dangerous problem of solid waste in the sense of plastic solid waste. So if you observe these two pictures, this man collected a mask which we have thrown near to beach side or move towards the beach side. So this is a very uh, dangerous problem generated by COVID scenario. That is increase in a solid waste generation in the sense of that mask, hand gloves and all these things. I am not talking about the personal protective equipments. These material are used by layman. Personal protective equipments are used by some medical doctors and all these things, field personals. But this mask and all these things are used by human being and it is thrown as a waste. Now we can discuss another very serious scenario occurred due to the COVID-19, that is biomedical waste generation. So doctors and their colleagues are using, supportive staff using the different type of personal protective equipments to avoid COVID and protect themselves from COVID. And that material will be, once it is used, it is converted into waste. And we can say it is a biomedical waste. So before slide, previous slide shows that the plastic waste or solid waste generated by human being, which are not comes under the biomedical waste. This comes under the plastic waste or which comes under the municipal solid waste. But biomedical waste is a very dangerous issue. Uh, Till today, there is a no control over the biomedical waste. People are trying to solve the issue, but in a COVID scenario, the biomedical waste generation is, ratio is very high as compared to before scenario. So if you observe the sorry, if you observe the pictures, the biomedical waste is generated more and more. The ratio is very high as compared to previous generation. So in case of biomedical waste generation, so after using that PPEs, it will come to the declared as waste material, but problems start from that generation. That is collection, segregation, storage, transport, and disposal of biomedical waste. The system is not proper in India how to treat the biomedical waste, and then this system requires the collection process, segregation process, storage process, transport process, and disposal process where human being is involved. Basically, non-technical persons are doing this job. They are not aware how to treat that biomedical waste and how to collect, segregate, and all these things. And basically, they are the first victim of that system. That is, they are the suspect use of COVID-19 because of they are collecting the biomedical waste used for the used during the treatment of COVID patients. Those issue is very dangerous and it must be highlighted in the scenario. So we are we come up to the last stage, last slide. So in nutshell, I would like to say you air pollution is decreased, water pollution is decreased, noise pollution is decreased. It is a short-term scenario. This is not a long-term scenario. This is not a sustainable scenario. If the human activities will be stopped, then it will be show reverse trend in that pollution. So another major issue is generated or major issue is created is municipal solid waste and biomedical waste management. Management of municipal solid waste as well as biomedical solid waste should be focused during the scenario which will be make adverse impact over the environment. At the last, I can say this global pause also give us the chance to rethink our relationship with nature. I say this is a pause button for we peoples, but this global pause also gives us a chance to rethink our relationship with nature, and we must have to survive with nature in a win-win situation and in a sustainable manner. So I feel I little more throw light over the impact of COVID-19 on a current scenario of environmental science. Thank you. Thank you very much.